I'm kind of pitching myself here as somebody who's an experienced investor, but always, I'm definitely new to this business as well. I just want to speak about this product and just how much, it has really helped me, propel myself, get better with talking with sellers, actually be able to close a deal. My strategies right now have been primarily direct mail, cold calling, and cold texting. And I've found a lot of success with Real Estate IQ, especially being able to get in front of customers, have engaging conversations. And of course, I'm hoping to use all of that to build my own business and eventually retire off.
Excited to be here, and I want to say a big thank you to Real Estate IQ. They have the absolute top leads in the industry and just make investing effortless for all of us as real estate investors here in Texas and obviously everywhere else that they're focused. And I'm proud to be associated with Real Estate IQ. Love what you guys do and love how you all help investors so that we can focus on the thing that makes us the most money, which is the job of real estate investing.
I wanted to jump on this morning and give a shout out to Real Estate IQ. I began my journey with them years ago, just using some of the more basic products, the off-market leads. And since then, growing and visiting and talking with not only Steve, but other people who are involved with Real Estate IQ, I've had the opportunity to actually not only be a client, but I also became an investor with them. And that is one of the beauties of being able to be part of Real Estate IQ, is it gives you the opportunity to grow as an investor, especially in real estate.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to our weekly live studio, and where we share about market updates and we all learn together through deals and also, recent policy changes and how it's going to affect our real estate investments and how we play the game, right? If you're interested in kind of learning more about the up-to-date status of the market, always come to our website where you can see what deals are available, classes where you can learn more, and the market updates and insights. So we're gonna skip through these slides on successful clients, right? And the disclaimer for this session, as always, is that everything we presented here is for information purposes only. We may present some cases, right? How we close some deals, how certain deals are, constructions are currently going. But these are a case by case basis, right? And we don't offer investment, financial, or legal advice. There's intrinsic risk in making any investment transactions, and always do your due diligence. And if you have a deal, have a lead, you need help closing or analyzing, you can send it to me and I can give you some unbiased opinion on how to move forward. We are actively working on the coverage of our pre-foreclosures, and these are current states right now. The green ones, we are actually operational now. And for yellow, we are working on that as the second tier. So depending on what state and what market you're in, if you're ready to execute on these distressed sellers, we got the leads for you. We got a way for you to get these deals. Okay, so let's first dive into our market update. Okay. The market experts are saying that, from a stock market standpoint, we are in an environment where there's more volatility, right? Due to inflation, uncertainty, and supply chain disruptions. There's actually recent articles that, what's interesting is, we always kind of the common knowledge with index investing in the stock market is that, we have historically seen that, it has the lowest cost, right? You don't get a lot of the service fees and all that when you invest in index funds. Also, that it can always historically steadily goes up. There is talks about the AI bubble and the crash, and and the possibility of if the companies that got added to the index and then they crash, that's going to lead the index funds to crash. And so there's a lot of talks about that. So here we just we're not experts in the stock market. We're just kind of sharing some updates on the stock market and what we're seeing. All right. Next, artificial intelligence is emerging as a major economic growth driver. If you have already started adopting using AI agents and using them to help you do some of the work, you can see that it does lead to productivity boost, to a certain point. And there's a lot of opportunities across the industry where AI investment is one of the strongest contributors to the productivity. Okay, number 3, we finally get to our kind of real estate and the housing side, right? 17 states now have inventory level that is above the pre-pandemic level now. And national active inventory is up 1.7% year over year, which is a sharp slowdown from last year's pace. Now, on a related news, we're also seeing that improving inventory, right? There are more houses on the market now, and in fact, a lot of them are sitting on the market, not moving as fast as previous years. It is healthier for buyers, right? Buyers are now having more choices. They have less competition and greater negotiation leverage, and so that turns into that shifts the market to the buyer side. So if you're kind of out there looking into acquiring investment properties, this is a really nice market for you. For those that are selling, we see and we understand how difficult it is for the majority of the market, for them to move their property. Again, that leads to really good opportunities for real estate investors, right, and buyers in terms of acquisition. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna run through these featured deals. We actually need to update the slides. We have quite a few opportunities that have come across our desk. We just, have not had the opportunity to update these. So hopefully next week we'll be able to update these. First of all, we, disclaimer on the deals, right? We're not brokers in this opportunity. So we have maybe here your takeaway here. I'm gonna skip through this pretty quickly or run through this pretty quickly. Is that this one is a sub-2 opportunity in Little Elm, which is in Denton County, right, in the DFW area. This is a short sale opportunity in Lancaster, which is south of Dallas. In Houston, we already moved this one. Freeport, this one is a short sale. This one is pending. This is in Houston, also a sub-2. We're coming across with a lot of sub-2 opportunities. There's also one in Cleveland, Texas, which is northeast side of the Houston metro area. We also have that opportunity. That's not on the slide here. There's a deal in Conroe. Boucher, this one is also pending, where we got a buyer lined up. And then another a short sale in Freeport. And then we got an Elgin, that's also a sub-2. Oh, we also have a sub-2 in Tampa. Okay, so if you're buying those area, you can reach out to us and we'll kind of share with you what other opportunity is available. Like I said, there are some other ones that we're still preparing and we don't have the slides ready yet. And if you're on the other hand, if you're actively wanting to join the game, right? The Deal Accelerator program could be something that's interesting for you, where we train you on how to do the deals themselves, right? We're actively doing the deals. So there's a lot of real life cases that we're gonna share. We'll be doing together. I personally feel that the fastest way to learn is up to a certain level is to do it. An example would be kind of adopting AI. I could watch YouTube videos for long enough, and then after a while, it's like you got to do it to really learn all the nuances of what it takes to kind of being productive and gaining experience. Okay, so that's the accelerator. Already got a lot of traction. Deal partners. These are, we're looking to partner with active, experienced real estate investors, where we'll partner up on the deals, right? We're experts in data and outreach and lead generation. And so we can find these unique type of leads that, nobody else is looking at. And then we will participate in the deals together. And this is more of an exclusive collaboration opportunity. Okay, last week, this is kind of our keynote here, where last week we went over the first half of the new Housing Act, 21st Century Road to Housing. And we thought, just kind of staying on top of legislation and the policy changes, understanding what incentivizations out there, and taking advantage of them is a really good play, right? For example, we still have the opportunity zone that is not set for sunset yet, which creates a lot of incentivization for investments on your capital gains, right? So a lot of nice tax treatment. And if you're not familiar with it, you should certainly look into it. It's been around for, I think, about 10 years now. Now, this is the new act, and the current update is that it has gone through the House, right? The bill has gone through both the Senate and the Congress and the House of Representatives. and it has been presented to the president. And last time we checked, it has not been signed or vetoed yet, but in the next couple of days, we're going to hear more news about this particular act. So it's very imminent, and we want to really get on top of what's going on with this, right? Okay, so let me kind of pull up the deck that I prepared for you. Okay, so last week we went through the let's see, can we do this? Okay, so last week we went through first half of this presentation, and I would say probably the biggest takeaway here is the permitting of the lots that have utility connections, right? Water, sewage, electricity, and my reading, and I have not gone super deep, is that these lots are now much easier to kind of to discover, right? There's the public land database that's going to be effective on October 1st of this year. And then there's also kind of a lot of assistance on getting these infill lots ready. And then kind of adding that with manufactured homes and modular homes, right? Putting on the property and kind of creating a more friendly environment to basically getting the land, putting the manufactured home on top of the land, right? That's the road for more affordable housing, because it's relatively cheaper to buy manufactured homes that are kind of mass produced on site and then kind of transport it to the lot and then kind of putting it all together, as opposed to kind of building it on site. So that's the Congress's answer to bringing more affordable housing, adding inventory to our communities. Okay, so this is kind of the strong win and where things are going. That's one of the key trends. And then another thing is enabling small dollar lending. And why does this matter, right? If there is incentivization for mortgages that are under $100,000, then there's going to be more encouragement on products, right? When we say product, what we mean is housing at that price point, because a lot of times the affordability is not about whether somebody can afford it, but on whether they can get financing to purchase the property. So kind of low, having the mortgage and FHA that are that kind of accommodates to that under $100,000 price point is very it's adding a lot more kind of incentivization on this, and it allows us as investors to exit. Personally, we have purchased fix and flip houses that are under $100,000, and it was hard for us to kind of get financing because of the original kind of under 100K threshold. So this is also gonna I think help us. Let's see, modernization on appraisal, hopefully that speeds that up. Okay, next slide. Okay, so here, next slide, we're talking about Texas impact now. We have quite a bit of folks in our audience that, follow Texas, and we invest in Texas. It's one of the major states, right, in America in terms of housing and also in terms of investment market. So the federal bill doesn't override the local constraints. In Texas, the money is going to be on matching the federal direction with what local officials and permissions are going to be set up to facilitate this bill, right? It's all about implementation of the bill itself. The major markets like DFW, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio, I think the opportunity is going to be on the infills, right, and the missing middle, and the outer ring counties, right, of the metro area. The opportunity is going to be in the manufactured homes with the land and kind of getting workforce housing to help develop the rural area. So from a strategy standpoint, right, if you're in wholesale, there's not that much a change, right? If you're in wholesale, sub-2, owner finance, there's not that much that affects what you do. But kind of the upside is going to be in land development, right? Getting sites, getting land, and even developing the lands to make them utility ready. I think there's opportunity there. Putting manufactured homes, that's an opportunity. And then there's also built to rent, but I think it's not going to be a big play for individual investors, but more on if you're working with institutional money, right? Built to rent, the fact that it's an exception for this kind of restriction for institutional buyers, there's a play there. So let's see what slide number 11. So these are kind of the next couple of steps, right, that we're watching. One is we'll wait for the presidential action, and then we want to look at the effective dates, right? There's a 180-day institutional and how it affects institutional single-family rental. We discussed this last week. And it's about restricting how many properties that they can hold, with exceptions. And we talk about the exceptions. So there's a 180-day of the effective date. And then another thing that I think is very interesting is the public land database. And when that's available, then it allows us to look for the land and search the land and find opportunity there. We want to track the different agencies, right? Kind of implementation of the bill itself is probably even more important than the bill, or at least as important, right? We want to know how it gets implemented at the local level and how it gets implemented in different agencies, and that's going to change how the capital market, how easy it is to lend money, to borrow money and get financing, and how the capital market is going to respond. Okay, so sources and caveat, we're going to skip that. Okay, so that's what we have prepared for you in terms of the new Housing Act. Okay, and if you have any additional comments, you can share that. We don't have deal cases. We actually have, let's see how many flips we have. 1, 2, we got 3 properties that are actively in work right now. I have not received new photos from Tamla, our partner that manages these deals. Hopefully in the coming weeks, we're gonna share with you some of the progress. I know we've been meeting kind of twice a week now to kind of discuss the progress of each property and make small decisions to kind of keep advancing these projects. So we'll be kind of showcasing some of these progress on this in our coming weeks. So kind of, watch out for that. We're also looking to bring sub-2 classes and education, scheduling with a speaker that's very experienced in both structuring sub-2s and also buying sub-2s. He has acquired a lot of these sub-2 properties, and there's a lot of advantage in buying these sub-2 properties as well. So he's going to be sharing his experience and teaching that. And like I said, we've been kind of quite busy putting these deals together. So kind of the organizing piece of kind of and presenting piece we're lagging behind. Otherwise, we would have a lot more material to share with you. So I guess we're looking for help. We're looking for folks that can help us coordinate and organize deals and keep pushing them forward so we can continue to scale. Okay, so that's what we have prepared for you. These are some upcoming events. If you scan the QR code, you can catch a lot of the deal finding classes here on the left. These are already pre-recorded, and you can kind of see, right? It's very geared towards folks that are starting. You're curious about real estate investments. How do I get in the game? Can I get in the game with little or no money? The answer is yes. Obviously, there's also risk that you have to take as well, right? It's real estate investments, right? Any kind of investment, there's risk. Even if you take no action, there is risk involved also. We're just maybe not aware of it. So here we're going to talk about different classes on how to find this kind of deals. We're going to talk about pre-foreclosure, right? Why that's a gold mine. Different ways you can make money and build wealth. Making money and building wealth are a little bit different, right? Money is cash upfront. Building wealth has more to do with appreciation, equity, and some of the techniques that are currently employed by prominent investors today. And then we have another class on Saturday that focuses on foreclosures, right? How do we win and bid on these foreclosure deals? What are some of the gotchas that you gotta be aware of? And then on the right are live events, right? We got this Dealmakers Live. We have office hours tomorrow. And then also we have our open house. So if you scan that QR code, you're going to be able to participate in some of the live events, and you can ask questions there too. If you have advanced questions, right? If you're already kind of working on deals and you go, man, how do I work this deal? The office hours is a good place to be, where you can ask these kind of detailed questions, right? Where we can kind of really dive into your case. And with that said, let me end this session with make sure the best way, the best time to get started in real estate, or I guess you can kind of apply that to kind of other fields too, right? If you're into real estate investments and you really believe in this as an asset class, is that the best day to invest was 10 years ago. The second best day is today, and it's about taking action, right? Kind of learning and doing at the same time is going to be how we can accelerate a lot of our learning and gaining our experience. And we don't need to move fast. We just need to move consistently, and we do need to start. So you can start your real estate journey with us. And any questions, just feel free to reach out. We're here to support you. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of the week and weekend, and we'll see you next week.